About a year ago, I was a few classes into my graduate marketing program and decided it was time for me to look for internships. I had never looked for internships before, let alone online, and so I decided to take learning LinkedIn seriously and learn how to use it to build my professional network and hopefully get internships. And a year later, I can say that after doing a bunch of research and experimenting with different ways to use LinkedIn, I was able to get like 3 internship opportunities or opportunities to interview for internships through LinkedIn, and I've also grown my network a ton and talked to professionals from top companies in the US like Google, Microsoft, Accenture, and I established a solid foundation for my online professional presence that I know will have a compounding effect as I move forward in my career. So in this video, I just want to share what I learned and the methods that I use to network effectively on LinkedIn and potentially get internships or even entry-level jobs through LinkedIn. So if you're interested in that, then keep watching this video.
Baby, but you know I'm about to keep you up. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm about to teach you something.
I like to start all of my videos with an agenda so you know what you're getting into. So today, first, I'll talk about what you need to do before you start networking on LinkedIn, how to actually reach out to people and hopefully get responses, and then how to position yourself for internships and get referrals. Before you start networking on LinkedIn and actually reaching out to professionals in industries that you're interested in working in, you want to make sure that your profile is set up about at least 90%. And when I say set up 90%, I don't just mean all of the fields are filled out, but that all of the fields are filled out in ways that make you stand out. Just like we clean our house before company comes over, or we check our Instagram after we get a new follower to make sure we're presenting ourselves in the way we want to. And we want to do the same thing on LinkedIn in terms of showcasing those things that you feel like are the most important for someone to know when they come to your profile. So for this step, pretend like you're a recruiter for your dream internship or your dream entry-level position, and think about what that recruiter would want to see on your profile or what would convince them that you're a good candidate. So for this, there's basic stuff to do, like make sure you have a good profile picture, fill out all of your past experience, and making sure you don't leave any of the information fields blank. But in order to really stand out, we want to take this a step further. To make your profile really stand out, these are the 2 ways of thinking that I recommend. Think about the top 3 things that make you a unique candidate. This could be like the school you go to, if you go to a prestigious school. It could be a challenge you overcame. It could be a passion project you worked on, or an organization that you volunteered with. Make sure you tie these things into your profile in any way that you can. Using myself as an example, I was looking for marketing internships, and I knew what could make me stand out was that I was in a Master's of Science in Digital Marketing program. There's not that many Masters of Science in Digital Marketing programs, and so it was something that would make someone's ears turn up. I also went to a kind of prestigious school. I went to Boston University, and I had a unique mix of an educational background because I was currently studying marketing and I had a background in linguistics. And I had a bunch of different passion projects like my YouTube channel, my podcast. I did freelance social media management, and I knew those were all things that I could relate to marketing or just talk about the skills that I gained through those passion projects. So I made sure to include all of those different elements of who I am on my LinkedIn profile. The second thing that you want to do is think about someone reading your LinkedIn profile and guess how they might skim it. The truth is that when we go to someone's profile, we're not looking at everything. Our eyes are moving to the important parts. We're reading the first line of a description and skipping to the next one and just really trying to get the gist. So although you want to make sure that you have everything filled out completely for SEO purposes, for the actual human reading it, you want to make it easy for them to see those things that make you stand out, where their eyes naturally go. Doing this could look like using your header to showcase a special event that you went to or a special project that you were involved in. It could mean putting your school or your past school in your actual LinkedIn name. It could mean linking to one of your projects or a portfolio website using the featured section, or using the first line of your description for all of your past experiences to really summarize what you got out of each experience. I would also add that having a good LinkedIn profile means having a good updated resume. So that's something you should work on either before or in conjunction with setting up your LinkedIn profile, because you don't want to reach out to people and then they ask to see your resume and then you have to delay a response because you're getting your resume together. Okay, now here are the keys to networking on LinkedIn. I would say that reaching out to people in the way that I'm about to share with you has given me like a 50% success rate in terms of professionals actually wanting to connect with me and having informational interviews. And in the past year, I've had about 10 to 15 informational interviews with people I've never met in person and only met through LinkedIn. And although not all of the opportunities I had to speak with them led to interviews or jobs, they all have added to my professional life by giving me insight into the field that I'm interested in and growing my network for future opportunities. So what I do is I go on LinkedIn and I look for alumni who are working at companies or in industries or have positions that I'm interested in either pursuing in the future or having internships that are directly related to them. LinkedIn has a feature that allows you to do this, and I'll show you how it works now. So when you go on LinkedIn, you can go to the search box and just press enter. So then you go to all filters. Let's use Harvard for example. I can click on Harvard and press show results, and it'll show me people who either went to Harvard in the past or who go to Harvard now. Then I can click something like location if you're in the New York area, and it'll show you people who went to Harvard who are in the New York area. Then you can select a specific company you're interested in, like Google, and press show results, and it'll show you people who work at Google, who went to Harvard, and who are in the New York area. And these are the people that you want to reach out to. What I would suggest is that you look for people who are kind of in mid-level positions because they've probably had enough time at a company or understand enough to know how referrals work or how an intern program works, but not executives because they're probably too high up to have time to be looking through college students' LinkedIn profiles. So once you find a person that seems like the right person for you, maybe they work in the department that you're interested in, then you want to go to their profile and read their profile, learn a bit about them. What you do is you'll click connect, and you can click add a note so that you can send a personalized invitation to connect. Now you only have 300 characters here, so you can't say much. Point out your connection as in they're an alumni from the school that you go to. Share a bit about your career aspiration and how it relates to them, and ask to connect. It's really that simple. I actually have a Google Doc with kind of fill in the blank LinkedIn scripts for networking that I'll share in the description box below. An example of a message I might send would be something like, "Hi John, I'm Camilla. I'm a marketing major at Rutgers University. I see that you also went to Rutgers University and now work in marketing at Google, one of my dream companies to work for. I'd love to connect." That's really it. And in the script document that I'll share with you, I have scripts for if it's just a regular employee, if it's a hiring or recruiting manager, or if it's a generic person and they actually are an alumni from your school. So from here, all you can do is wait to see if that person will connect with you. Some people will, some people won't. In my experience, a decent amount of people do. For people that do respond, you want to send a follow-up message to them, thanking them for accepting your invitation to connect, and also asking them for a short informational interview. An informational interview is really just you being able to ask someone questions about their job or their field of work, but you're not being interviewed for an actual position. You're more so having the opportunity to ask them questions and meet them. These can also be called like coffee chats, and usually there's no coffee. A message that I might send after someone accepting my invitation to connect would be, "Hi John, thanks for connecting. Like I said in my request, I'm Camilla, a marketing major at Rutgers University. I'm interested in potentially pursuing opportunities in the marketing department at Google, and I'm reaching out because I want to learn about your experience in marketing in general and at your company and any advice you may have. I'm specifically interested in learning about your experience in email marketing and in a client-facing role." You'll notice that because in this message we have unlimited characters to use, I'm saying more stuff that would relate to the person specifically and giving them more insight into what I'm actually interested in and showing that I took the time to look at their profile and already have insightful questions in mind that are specific and apply to them. Again, some people won't respond and that's okay, but some people will respond and say they would love to be able to share their experience with you. If they do respond, you want to make sure that you write out your questions beforehand. Like, don't go in there and just ask like, "Yeah, can you tell me about your job?" have a list of at least 10 questions that you know you want to ask them, such as what does an average day look like in their role, what was the project at work that they enjoyed the most, what skills they think are really necessary to succeed in similar roles, and any challenges they face in their career and how they overcame them. I think the only thing you need to ask questions that will impress people are genuine questions that you have about an industry that you're genuinely interested in. If you're genuinely interested in it, then you're going to be curious, and just let that curiosity shine through naturally. At the end of the informational interview, if the vibes are good, you can ask them like if there's anyone in their network that they feel like it would be worth connecting you with, or you can say that after speaking with them, you're definitely interested in applying to whatever internship it was at their company, and ask if their company has referral programs. And if you don't feel comfortable doing this at the end of the conversation in person, you can follow up with this in a thank you message via email or LinkedIn. For smaller companies that don't have referral programs, you might just be able to send the person your resume and they'll pass it on. For larger companies, there might be opportunities in the application itself to include a referral from someone, and that person might allow you to use their name, or they might do an internal referral. I know for me personally, I met an alumni from my school who worked at a small company in New York. He didn't work in marketing specifically, but I was interested in a marketing internship. And after speaking with him, he let me know that he would pass my resume on, and I was reached out to by the recruiter for an interview for that position. I didn't ultimately accept that position, but it was a really cool opportunity I got just from shooting my shot on LinkedIn. And in my opinion, what's even better than getting an opportunity to interview for an internship, sometimes you meet people who can turn into lifelong mentors, and you can just continue to update them throughout your career, and you never know what that connection might do for you in the future throughout your career. Again, scripts for all of this process will be linked in a Google Docs in the description box below. And that's it. That's the method that has gotten me the most success on my LinkedIn, and I hope it helps you in your professional career too. If you have any tips that have to do with this, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. It might help me or anyone else who watches this video. And if you got value out of this video, please share it with your friends. I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning of the video, but hey, I'm Camilla, and I'm all about working hard to give myself the best life that I can and playing hard so that I can enjoy it. So on this channel, you'll find content on career, personal finance, and self-improvement, but also lifestyle, beauty, and travel. If you're as nuanced as me, you're probably into that, so just subscribe and we can be friends and create and live out our dream lives together. If you like this video, you might also be interested in how to create your dream career, so I'll link it here for you. And otherwise, I'll see you in another video.